So are you finding yourself frustrated and confused with all the information out there about how to set your space up for success? My target today is to get rid of all the fluff, get rid of all the confusion, and actually have you focus on what's going to work for you and your space. My name is Lisa Benitz. I'm the founder of Creating Conscious Spaces, and I have worked with thousands of people around the world for several decades, and it's all about demystifying and making it really simple on how you can find the way that's going to work for you within your physical space that's going to simplify your life. Are you finding yourself at the end of the month that you have just enough to pay the bills or not quite enough, and you're feeling incredibly stressed, and you're tapping into all those old belief systems about what success looks like, what abundance looks like what's creating money look like for you? So we're going to dive into learning how we can basically look at how our spaces are reflecting what our old patterns or belief systems are, and how we can kind of reprogram it so that none of this is going to apply to you anymore. It's literally going to shift. So my very first question for you is, what does success mean to you? Write it down, pen and paper. What does success mean to you? What comes up for you? Do you believe because you haven't got a university degree that that's not possible? That you are newly divorced and you're basically trying to figure out, what am I going to do now? So once you recognize what those old thoughts and belief systems are, and we all have those inner voices that go on every single day throughout the day, I want you to be aware of what those old belief systems are. And one of the most powerful tools I love to use with my clients is actually to get them to get a piece of paper, draw down the center, okay? On one side, you're going to have the old belief systems, and then we're going to reprogram to the new belief systems. This is powerful. And when we write it down, it's one way from our thoughts to go to paper, then our physical body emotes this energy into our space. Every time you think, okay, I don't have the skill sets, I'm too old, I don't have the university degree, how am I supposed to be able to do this? And we all have these little voices that talk to us. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Because on the other side of the paper, I'm going to talk about how we can reprogram from the old thoughts to the new thoughts. Well, as you're doing this, you're going to have things like, okay, I don't have enough money this month to pay my bills. And you're only halfway through the month. You're already putting that belief and thought out into your space, out into your computer, out into your cell phone, out into your clothing, out into the furniture, out into the mirror in the bathroom, and everything is listening. And it will reflect that back to you. So as you write that on the one side, I want you to now look at the right side, the new belief system, and start to look at, how can I re-script this so that this is going to actually reflect what I choose to desire and create for my life going forward. So many positive things that we can write. So don't have a university degree. I have amazing skills that blah, blah. So whatever those skill sets are. I have had the ability to have life experiences in marketing, in advertising, in sales, in organizing. And for any of you that are mothers, you know how to organize. You know how to multitask. Don't tell me that you aren't the CEO of your life. Okay, so here's one that I really, really love. And I have had my clients write this out. I love writing out these sorts of things. And then the greatest form of reinforcement is if you use these sticky notes in your space. Like, I love these sticky notes, and you put these sticky notes up, okay? And I write out on them these affirmations. It's reinforcing in your space, and every time you walk by your bathroom mirror, every time you walk by the front door mirror, every time you open your purse, it's there. Every time you get in your car, it's there. Yes, it sounds like a lot, but eventually it's like reprogramming what you'd like to create. So here's one that I really love. I am abundant. My life is fun, playful, and full of new creations daily. Everything flows to me easily every day. And I want you to get into the emotion and how it feels for you. My business continues to grow, and I have everything in place to support me. And literally, one of the gifts that I have is every morning I wake up and I just give myself a hug and just say, "Oh, good morning, beautiful. I'm so grateful for you." And then I look at my home and I go, "Oh, I'm so grateful for my home. I'm so grateful for what it continues to gift me on a daily basis." So I flow this loving, beautiful energy towards my space. It's my partner. So my home is my partner in everything I do. Don't go into resistance. Go into reprogramming. Start to acknowledge and rewrite what you're desiring for the future as though it's already here. Pretty cool, huh? It's powerful. When we can see all of the notes that we've written in the positive, so everything, all your new belief systems. Okay, so this is on the new side, the new belief systems. As you've written them out, I want you to acknowledge that it's the energy of saying it in the morning, saying it in the afternoon, and saying it in the evening before you go to bed. Reinforcing all the molecules in your body, the molecules of your space, the molecules of your desk, the molecules of everything in your home. And it's that old saying, fake it till you make it. So I started this years ago when I was first divorced. I looked at, what am I going to create in my life? What's my life going to look like? And I literally had all these old beliefs, all these old thoughts, all these old negative thinking that was going on in my head, this little conversation, this little sort of Mr. Negative on one side and then Miss Positive on the other. And I can tell you, the moment that I started to write out everything that I was desiring and scripting, basically developing and designing the life that I wanted to create, beautiful things started to happen. And every time something shows up, my friend, be grateful. Don't just go, "Oh yeah, cool," and then go, "Oh, I still don't have," because you're going back into the old belief system and the old lack. Stop that. Your space is listening. When the universe and your space are working with you as partners and things start to show up, you are excited. You have that happy dance, and be grateful. For any of you that are going, "Oh, I just want to skip over this. I've heard this 1,000 times." My friends, this is powerful. And the moment that I started to do this, as I mentioned before, I noticed that things were shifting, and little things, little wins. Yay. Celebrate the little wins, celebrate the big wins, celebrate them all. And anytime I was around any friends, "Oh, Lisa, how are you doing? Oh, you're newly divorced. How's it feeling?" You know that energy? I call it the Debbie Downers. Sorry for all the Debbies out there. But what you're getting is that dark cloud of people wanting to sort of surround you, and they're thinking it's loving. Actually, it's not. It's not kind. So turn the tables and say, "You know what? Everything is awesome in my life." And move forward, because when you are faking it till you make it and saying to the universe, "Everything's awesome. Your space is hearing. Everything's awesome here," then that's what's going to start to show up for you. More of that and less of the energy. And when we start to say that everything's going great, my business is going great, oh my gosh, I love my clients, which I do, and all of that, boom, things shift. And if this is interesting to you, please like and subscribe, because I love to share my wisdom and knowledge of how you can shift everything in your life through your space. So go for it. Share, like, bell notification, all of that. You know the stuff. The second key point, once you've written out what you're desiring to create for that future as though it's already manifested. So write it in the present. "Oh, I am so abundant. I am so happy. I am so at peace. I love my home. I love where I'm at. I love all the traveling that keeps popping up for me," or whatever that is for you. Okay. I want you just to sort of get into that energy, because it's kind of like a dance. When we're in that energy, beautiful things show up. We're at the point now where you're going to literally go into every room of your home and you're going to take this paper and you're going to take an inventory, okay? And what do I mean by inventory? So we all know, and we do this subconsciously, where we walk into our home, we hang up our coat, we put our keys down, we grab our this and that, drop off our shoes, walk up the stairs or walk down the stairs or walk through the hallway, open a door, whatever that is. We do this so it's a muscle memory that we have created. But what I'm going to ask you now to do is literally get a pen and paper. I'm old school here. Pen and paper, and I want you to go around room by room and stand there and take an inventory of everything that you have in that space. And even if you share your space with other people, I still want you to do this for you. It's about you. This isn't about everyone else right now. And look at everything in that space as though you were walking into that space for the very first time. And the cool thing is you're going to actually look at what items in this space actually represent the future that I'm desiring to create. Is it on the same level? Does it vibrate at the same level? If it doesn't, write it down. Everything else, if it's in the room and it's serving you and represents where you're at, cool, it gets to stay. It's really that simple. So let's say you're in the living room and you look at something and you go, you know what? That lamp has been broken for a long time and I keep meaning to get it fixed. Okay, I've spent, I don't know, $1,000 on that lamp or $300 on that lamp. I bought it a long time ago. It's really special. Or so-and-so gave it to me and it's been in the family for how many years. When we get caught into the old paradigm, the old belief system, which we wrote out, of believing the value of something, the number value of something is greater than the value of you creating your success going forward, you're actually going back in your old energy and thought and belief systems that are going to keep you stuck. So I want you to look at things without a number attached to them and go, does this serve me? If it doesn't, you've got to be willing to let it go and go, okay, cool. Now, what do? Do I sell it? Do I donate it? And is it something that is broken and needs just to be recycled? Or is it completely has to go off to the landfill? I want you to take that item and put it into those categories, because after you've done that room, you're going to do this for every single room. You're going to duplicate this process, and you don't have to do it all today, but the sooner you get on this road of decluttering and letting things go, you're going to actually create space for abundance, for clients, for money, for relationships, for health, for whatever it is that success means to you. So now you're basically looking at what is going to stay and what is going to go. Stay and go. Simple. Anytime you find yourself going down that rabbit hole of, oh my God, I don't know if I can. What if they come and visit me? It was given to me as a wedding present. Okay, guys, it's no longer serving you. Let it go. Whatever is going on for that particular item, if you're spending a lot of energetic energy around holding on to something that's not actually working, you're going back into that energy of lack and that the world isn't abundant. Well, the world is abundant. It is absolutely there. And the universe and your home, which are partnering with you, are actually wanting to work with you. So anytime you catch yourself going, oh, you know, I really need to keep this and it's really important. Like, for example, let's pretend this Scotch tape, somebody gifted this Scotch tape to you and you're like, I can't give this up. It doesn't work. It's not sticking anymore, but I can't give this up. You put so much energy into that. You're literally going into this old sort of lack energy. So stop, breathe, look at it and go, I'm so grateful for how much this tape gifted me in my life. But now, you know what? That's okay. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to recycle this because it doesn't work. It doesn't have the stick anymore. Cool. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to just share a little story. One of my clients found themselves literally having a really hard time doing this with books. Okay, books were like their child. They were so attached to their books, and they're, oh my God, there was memories, there was people, there was stories. They pull it out, they reread it. Well, they kept going back into the time that the book was gifted to them, or the time that there was something going on in their life, whether it was illness or whether it was an unhappy time or they were getting over something. There was always a story attached to these books. And I literally said to them, every time you do that, you're preventing yourself from moving forward. It's like one step forward and 10 steps back. Would you like to shift that? And they were like, oh my gosh, I'm actually holding myself back with a book. Yeah, they were. Immediately when they had that little light bulb moment, or the Oprah moment, I love to call it the Oprah moment. When they had that moment, that's when they went, okay, you know what? I'm not going to hold on to that book. In fact, I'm going to go through all my books and I'm going to donate them. So think about all the places that are looking for books on business, books on how to get through a divorce, or how to go through the legal system, or how to do your taxes, or how to set up email marketing, or whatever that is that you're learning or have already grasped that information. You don't need that. It's holding space. And immediately when they started to do that, everything shifted quickly for them. Business started to flow in. Clients started to call them. They were way happier. And people noticed in their circle of support, they noticed that there was a shift for them. So would that be of interest to you? And how many of you have actually found yourself doing that with some collection or item in your home? I'd love to hear about that. So please comment below. Third really powerful thing that is really going to assist you in getting on the road to success is, I want you to now, you've done your sort of reprogramming. Now you've talked about inventory in your space and decluttering. It's going to take some time, so be kind to yourself. And then the third element is, I want you to go outside your front door. So walk outside and close the front door, walk down the driveway, whatever that's going to be. Like, give yourself some distance as though you're approaching your home for the very first time. And I want you to walk up to it and look at it and go, okay, what's the approach look like coming up to my front door? Is it welcoming? Is it easy to find? Can I see the address on the front door? Or is it difficult? Do I have garbage cans? Do I even use the front door? So think about all of that, because what energetically is going on, and this is copied in Vatsu, Feng Shui, any energetic modality, and in basic business, okay, and interior design. If I can't find your front door, or if it looks horrible, meaning the paint's chipping, the numbers are falling off, the light in the front hasn't been working, plants are dead, they haven't been replaced, the walkway is broken, there's overgrown grass, whatever it looks like, I want you to know that that is also a reflection of what people are thinking is going on inside your home. Whoa. So what's the story that you want to say to everyone out there that is going to actually get them motivated to want to work with you, want to get to know you? There's a curiosity here. So what's the story that you'd like to create from the front entrance of your home that represents what's actually going to be a reflection and aligned with what you're desiring to create for that future success in your life? So what is that? And tools and techniques that I love for people to apply for their front entrance, their front door. Okay, if you need to cut the grass, please. If the grass is dying, replace it or reseed. If the plants are dead, please replace them with thriving, happy, healthy plants, because thriving, happy, healthy plants reflect the thriving, happy, healthy people that live inside, and a thriving, happy, healthy business. If you are finding yourself over the years that you are entering from a side door, a garage door, especially in wintertime, a lot of people in North America, they drive through the garage and enter the side door. I want you to now make the front door like magnificently beautiful. So beautiful, stunning paint color, repaint it if possible. If it's difficult to open the door, then spend some time playing with the hinges on the door, maybe the front lock on the front door. Get that so that it's really smooth, because I promise you, when our doors and our hinges are challenging, that also is a reflection of how easy is it to work with you? How easy is it for business to come to you? How easy is it for you to actually receive abundance, success, money, and whatever else that you're looking for in your life? So eliminate the friction of entering into your home and make it enjoyable. And even as you walk in, what are people seeing? What's the story? I'm giving you like my top tips right now to get you really on the road and motivated. So if you have a dedicated desk or office, I want you to look at where you are facing. So right now, if you're sitting at your desk, what's directly in front of you? Is it a door? Is it a wall? Is it a side door? Is it a door to the bathroom? What we're looking at from our desk is going to be a reflection of what's going on with our business. If I have my back to you like this, how is business going to find me? It's hitting my back. It's a barrier. I have to look over my shoulder every time somebody comes into my office to see who's actually there. So that's called friction. That's called blocking. In order for you to create enjoyment and really start to receive people, face the door. Just do. Have a solid wall behind you, which basically is telling the universe, you've got my back. I feel supported. And if you can, if you're doing Zoom meetings, then have something behind you that actually supports and is a reflection of the style of your business. It will be life-changing when you start to recognize, where is my desk? What direction do I face? Am I truly saying that I'm open for business, or am I telling people that I'm closed for business? And then you wonder, the people that are complaining, saying, I don't understand it. I do everything right. I work so hard. Well, of course you do. You're working hard because you're trying to pull business in from behind, from sideways. So as soon as you can position your desk towards the office, or to the door, you're going to notice that things are going to start to flow. And I had a client that actually, it was quite incredible. She is an engineer, and she found her desk was just full of paper. She was overwhelmed. There was just a lot going on, and it was sort of an open cubicle area. But what she discovered is that everything was connected, and she was getting overlooked for promotions, for recognition. And as soon as she made some adjustments with how she was directing her body, she was able to receive people way easier and declutter her desk. So yes, we declutter our homes, we declutter our desks, and we set up systems. And I go more into that in our program, Creating Conscious Spaces for Entrepreneurs. And if you're curious, there's a link below, and we can book a call and we can have a conversation about, would this be of benefit for you? But the coolest thing is, and I was so excited for her, is to see her start to get the recognition, be happier, and not be in the position of wondering, where was projects, business, recognition coming from? And so what would that mean for you? So I like to do a little bit of a recap or an overview, because I find repeating is the way that things really start to stick for us. So first, I want you to get a pen and paper and go and write out your old beliefs and your new beliefs, and be really honest, because nobody else has to read this. This is for you, okay? And once you do this, you're going to change things. You're going to notice in a month, oh, I don't have that anymore. I don't even have a charge in my body on that old belief system. It's totally not me anymore. And then the second thing is you take inventory of all your space and every room in your home and decide what you're going to donate, sell, upcycle, or recycle, and or has to go to the landfill. Do not store things in your garage or your basement or an outbuilding waiting for that one day, because I'll tell you, you're taking one issue, one challenge, and you're just moving it into another space. That is not going to move the needle on success for you. So as soon as you've put a box together, put it in your car and off it goes. Don't hold on to it on any part of your property. Go outside, look at your front door, and I want you to see how you can make your home or business, place of business, way more approachable. Spend the time, make the effort, and invest in how to make that really an enjoyable experience. Even if you never have a client that ever comes to your home, it's still energetically giving a story. So what is the story that you'd like to have aligned with the future that you're desiring to create? Are you open for business? So which way is your desk facing? Is it facing the door? Is it facing another door? Is your back to the client? Are you open or closed? So have an awareness around that. And what is the health of your desk? What's the surface? If I walked into your office right now or looked at your desk, what would it look like? Is it clean? Is it cluttered? Do you have 100 things talking to you at once, feeling like overwhelmed? Set up a system, clear your desk. It gives you clarity and you focus on what that one thing is that you are doing right now. And I'm really grateful that you are here because this is all about you, my friends. So something that I say every day to myself, many times, I smile. I say everything's always working out for me. And I work with my clients and I say the same for them, especially when they go in that rabbit hole of stress. Everything's always working out for me. Greater than I ever imagined. How cool is that? And every time something amazing shows up. So reinforce that within your space because your space is always listening. So yeah, that tape is listening and that glass of water is listening, that cup of tea, that cup of coffee, it's listening. The artwork behind you is listening. Everything is listening. So what is it that you're wanting to reprogram in your space energetically, verbally, out loud, and in your head? It's all listening. If you really love all the content that I am putting out there here in this channel, please like and subscribe because I get inspired by you about what challenges you're having within your life that we can shift and change within your space. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification, and there's links below that you can check out. I'm grateful, and let's change the world one space at a time. And I'd love to start with your space. Big hugs to all of you. Talk to you soon.